Good morning, everybody. Jim Miller and the vacationing one, the man, the myth, the legend. Look at him. That's not a Zoom background by any means, anybody. Cap, you're living the life right now, my friend, huh?
Very, very blessed. Yes, I've got entire family down there. There's 12 of them in the pool playing a game called Fish. And when we're done, I will head down to that pool as well.
We're not going to talk about the full details of the game Fish, other than the fact that it's a great game to play with a pool and on vacation, Cap. So
Yes,
we'll
that is
leave it at
correct.
that. But hey, you got bright sunny skies. That's a beautiful thing. For me, I went with the Northwestern hoodie because we got college hoops going on. Northwestern plays Iowa in about an hour. So you got Big Ten tournament action going on. I'm cheering them on. I don't know if they're going to win, but hey, I want chaos in NCAA basketball.
That would be amazing.
What happens? That would be amazing, my friend. But I'll tell you this. We had 4 Derby preps last week. We have only one this week, a week off, and then things really just kind of ramp up because then you go into the 100-point races, Cap. But from what we've seen so far for the Derby, you have really seen a little bit of chaos, a little bit of normalcy for some races, but you had the Unoho and the Rebel a couple weeks ago at Oaklawn. Last week, though, Cap, was really just kind of a lot of horses that were really kind of your favored horses, the horses that kind of figured there. But this race this week, Cap, we're really only focusing on the Tampa Bay Derby. To me, this is a really good race this week, don't you think?
As I looked at these workout times and looked at some of the gradings on some of these horses, there's a handful that stayed down there that intrigued me, Jimmy, going into this race.
Yeah, and looking at the field right now, and the thing that's kind of interesting is, Cap, you're seeing this field of 12. We don't even have morning line odds yet. They haven't been posted as of the time that we're doing this. That kind of makes it a little bit interesting, but I want to talk about the fact that you don't have morning line odds for this reason only. All right, I am the odds maker at Hawthorne, so I do the odds based upon how I think everybody's going to bet the race. When I handicap, I may handicap a little bit differently because I'm looking at race complexion, how the pace is going to be, what replays are, who's coming in hot, who's not. You are a guy that's really based on workouts too. So when you're handicapping a race, do you look at a race before the odds come out and then after to just kind of see if you're right on, if there's any value, or you're something that it's more of a resource than anything else?
So it's funny that you asked that because as I was doing my homework for the show, my wife over my shoulder, she said, so do you get influenced if a horse is 3 to 5 in the morning line or, 2 to 1 as opposed to, I really like that horse. Whoa, it's 30 to 1. Yeah, forget that.
Right.
No, I don't allow myself to look at the odds until I have gone through all the workout times, how they've done over certain distances, whether it's turf, synthetic, dirt, whatever the case may be. And then I have my 3 or 4. I'm like, all right, those horses are razor sharp coming in. I'm on them. Then I go back and look at the odds and go, I picked a favorite or I picked a long shot. For example, Shipsational in this race closed really well from 8th, 11 lengths off the pace in the Sam F. Davis to finish second, and then stayed in Florida to continue training. And this is a really interesting horse that I wrote immediately looking at workouts, definite factor. Then when I went through workout times, looked at how it closed in the Sam F. Davis, fact that it was not carted or flown back somewhere else and then all the way back. Nope. So that horse absolutely is on my radar screen.
Let's shoot right into our top selections in here because looking at the race here for our locks, I found this to be interesting, Cap. I want you to talk about your lock first. It's the 4 Classic Causeway, and tell me a little bit about why you like this horse in this race, Capper.
Classic Causeway won the Sam F. Davis. It went from right to the front, 1 by 4 pretty comfortably. I recommend everybody go back and watch that race because I really felt, all right, let me see how this horse won the race. Horse gets right in the mix from the get-go, and even though he had several horses make a run at him, won comfortably by nearly 4. Comfortably. And so as I went through the workout times, I think my workout time formula has him as sharp as any horse in this race, and probably clearly number one. I like Shipsational. I think it's a really good horse. You're going to get more payback if that horse wins. I just don't see anyone beating Classic Causeway.
And you may be completely right, Cap. I got a hold of the guy who does the charts for those races and asked him about the trip. And he said the one thing about Classic Causeway, he said this horse not only made the top, but was pushed along at what was a fairly quick pace for that day. And
yes,
this horse got pushed, was game the whole way around, which was really good to see. So this is a horse that you know could dig in, you know could battle. Is the horse to beat? My guess is you're probably going to see somewhere around 8-5 on the horse, and that may be okay because the horse was solid. Shipsational was the horse that I liked in here. This was the horse who was making up ground in that race in the Sam F. Davis. Had a wide trip, had to weave its way through traffic, came flying at him late. And like you mentioned, Cap, at the top of the show, the horse stayed in Florida, stayed training at Tampa Bay Downs. To me, that's important. You want to have a horse for the course. I think you're going to get a little bit better price. But this is perfect because this was my top pick, Cap. It actually leads into your sleeper because your sleeper was Shipsational.
Correct. Again, I looked at Shipsational. I called it a definite factor as I looked at my workout times. Closed well from 8th place, several lengths off the lead in the Sam F. Davis to finish second, as you mentioned correctly. Stayed in Florida to train. The workout times have been outstanding. Yeah. The horse is in a very good place, very comfortable. So would I be shocked if Shipsational won the race? No, I just think it's a click less in talent from my horse in Classic Causeway.
And you may be right there. Here could be the one thing that is the great equalizer, Cap, and it's going to be the weather. The weather is going to be completely opposite of what's going on behind you. They're talking the potential for rain, maybe even heavy rain for this race. Yeah, it's not going to be gorgeous blue skies and oceans and all that.
Right.
Shipsational has run
everybody out here. You see that blue sky?
That's pretty awesome. Shipsational has 2 races on a wet track in Slop. Both were victories. So that's the thing. They were both at Belmont Park, but it's one thing. The horse can handle the off-going. Is that enough to make up for 4 lengths? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. But that was the reason I put this horse on top. Happy Boy Rocket was the horse I used underneath in the gimmicks. Bill Mott, when taking a horse coming in off a maiden allowance race into a stakes race, has incredible stats. It's not saying you have to go maiden allowance, then an allowance, and then work your way up. This horse is jumping right out of a race at Gulfstream Park at the same distance that was a victory, going 2 turns in this spot, and I think you're going to get a decent price on there. Now, Cap.
I also, by the way, as I went through my workouts, like I tossed out Trademark, I tossed out a few different horses. Happy Boy Rocket. Beware, this horse is live, is what I said.
Now, here's another one that I think could be live, and I like the fact that you use this horse, Cap, and you used it as your long shot. That's the 6 horse, Golden Glider. Here's the thing. You get the top jock at the track in Antonio Gallardo riding this horse. And, Cap, this horse has run pretty good races each and every start.
Yeah, 5th in the Sam F. Davis I didn't think was a great effort. But this is a horse that's comfortable at this track. This is a horse that's workout times are off the charts. And then I use a service called Predictaform. They think this is the top contender in the race when you factor in workout times, value at the odds that they expect it to go off at, and against this field. So I had to take a shot because I think you're going to get probably 10-1 on your money.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If you look up and down the field here, this is one of the best bred horses for an off track. Never run on an off track, but when this horse gets on an off track, may improve 10 lengths. You never know. So Golden Glider in with a shot. Belgrade was the horse that I went to here as my long shot. 2 pretty good efforts here, stretching out to go 2 turns for the first time. Here's the thing. The last victory at 7/8 of a mile, slow start, wide trip. That's 2 things that can work against you there. A clean start could help this horse, Cap. Was this a horse you had any notes on?
Okay, so Belgrade, I have on my notes here. Live on my workout times. Biggest concern, though, I haven't heard you say this yet. Horse has never gone 2 turns in his career.
Yeah, and that's going to be the one thing, and that's going to be the thing that's a little bit of a question mark here. And we'll have to see just kind of how Belgrade just handles things overall. All right, lastly, we get $100 to bet each and every week on these races here. We made similar wagers in this spot, Cap. As you can see, we both have a $10 exacta box. We both have 20 to win place. Here's the thing, Cap. We can both hit our wagers too if Classic Causeway and Ship Stational are in the mix.
Correct. If we go 4-9 or 9-4, we're good to go. I would prefer a 4-9, but I'll take a 9-4.
We have no Derby preps next week, so we're going to be back in a couple of weeks. Start looking at those 100-point races. So good luck to everybody with this week's races. Cap, enjoy your last few days in paradise, my friend, because you're going to come back to an MLB lockout, but you're also coming back to March Madness, one of the best times of the year, buddy.
You're the best. Enjoy some time with your family. You deserve it.
You got it, buddy. Take care. Good luck, everybody, this week. We'll see you again in 2 weeks.